Hey guys! I'm sorry if you hear traffic in the background. I'm filming a little later in the day than I usually do, but I really wanted to get my March favorites up before I buckle down for exams, so here we go. Although I should quickly mention first that, as you may tell if you follow my channel, I didn't do a February favorites, and that's because I had a really busy and uneventful shopping month in terms of buying new products. I did a Sephora order in early February, but that was pretty much all I bought in terms of makeup until I went to Calgary, which I already showed. So this is kind of a bit of February/March favorites, if that makes sense, because everything that I've used here in March I also used in February. So yeah, I'm gonna start with a fragrance that I've really been reaching for a lot this month. This was a perfume sample that I received from the Shoppers Drug Mart Beauty Boutique from the beauty gala that they did back, I think that was November now. That felt like forever ago. This is called Couture La La by Juicy Couture. And this fragrance, this is just the baby one. I've used about half of it. I don't know if you can see that. But this is a fragrance that's described as a fruity floral. It's definitely more of a daytime scent. It just has this really fresh, fruity floral scent, and I really love it. Next item I have here is my only skincare item I wanted to mention this month. This was in my Sephora order in early February. This is the Origins Eye Doctor Moisture Care for Skin Around Eyes. And this is the eye cream that I've been using underneath my eyes, around the edges of my eyes for like the little crow's feet that get there, and like up around my eyebrows. Smell isn't offensive, it's nice and fresh and really light. It's not a very heavy fragrance product, and it's also a more natural product and one of the cheaper eye creams that you can get from Sephora. So overall, I'm really pleased with this, and I definitely recommend it if you are in the younger range and you don't really need anything super anti-aging, you just need something for a bit of moisture. The next item that I have here, I actually bought in Calgary. Finally got to visit a MAC store for the first time since 2010 when I was in New York. This is Mac's Fix Plus. This is Mac's Fix Plus, and now it's all shaken up because I dropped it. But this is just the baby bottle. I've never owned Fix Plus before, but I've heard great things about it through YouTube over the past 5 years that I've been watching videos. So I finally decided I needed to try it for myself. And I'm so glad I have this. This has made a huge difference in the way eyeshadows go on my lids. If I need to blend out a little cakey spot of foundation on my face, I will just spritz a bit of this on my brush and then buff it in, and it helps kind of even out the foundation. And I've also used this to just give a spritz of moisture before applying my makeup. So yeah, I've found some really great uses for this, and I definitely want to repurchase it in the future. The next item I have here is a face primer from the Drugstore. What? This is the Maybelline New York Master Prime by Face Studio Primer Base for blurring and redness control. I found this at Lawton's. Yes, I found this at Lawton's in the mall. Usually this is sold out at every Walmart that I try and find it at, but I've been curious about this. I haven't heard many people talk about these primers on YouTube yet. Yeah, I've been really interested in these because I really didn't want to cash out the $45 for my Smashbox Photo Finish Light until I get a job again and start having money coming in. So yeah, I decided to try a cheaper alternative just to see what it was like, and it's actually really good. I was really impressed with this. It holds my makeup in place well, it does what a primer is supposed to do. I wouldn't say it blurs much, but it definitely does reduce redness in some areas, as long as it's only minor redness, like just a bit of pink in your cheek or something. I find it helps tone that down. But it's also really lightweight and it feels right watery. It doesn't have that silicone feeling, so if you prefer primers that have more of a watery feeling to them rather than a silicone like base to them, I definitely recommend trying these because they're quite good. Next item I have here is a blending sponge. Now this one isn't the almighty famous beauty blender. This is the Real Technique sponge. So it looks slightly different. It is fully enlarged right now because it still is damp because I just used it. But I like how this one has a flat slant on one side and then the pointy end on the other. I like using the pointy end for blending out my concealer and the flat end for buffing in my foundation. So how these beauty sponges work is you put them under the tap of just cold water. I think you can use warm too, I just use cold. and you fully dampen the sponge, and then you squeeze out all the excess water. Like, as you can tell, I'm squeezing it, but there's no water dripping into my hand. So you just want it damp. Then you apply your foundation either to the sponge itself or your face, and then you kind of stipple it in and work it in. And I find this is really good for evenly blending out your foundation and your concealer. I have been reaching for this a lot more than my brushes lately, so if you haven't tried these new sponges, the Real Techniques one is very similar to the Beauty Blender, apparently. I will leave the video linked down below where I found that out from another YouTuber. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I think her channel is called MAC Eyeshadow Combos. I could be wrong, but she posted like a demo video of a bunch of different sponges and trying to compare them to the original Beauty Blender you buy at Sephora for like 30 bucks or 25, something like that. And this one came out on top of the cheaper ones, so if you're interested, I'll link that down below so you can watch it. The next item here, I'm not sure if I already mentioned this in my January favorites, so if this is a repeat, I'm sorry. But to contour, I've been using this bronzer from Benefit Cosmetics. This is Dallas, so it looks like that. And Dallas is a more, I guess you could say it's a cool toned matte bronzer. And this is the perfect shade for me to contour with. It doesn't look too warm, and I find this is a really good contour bronzer if you have like fair, light skin. So yeah, I really like this. My next favorite is a oldie but a goodie. This is another MAC product. This is their blush in Well Dressed. So it looks like this, and I'll insert a little close up, but this is a really sheer light baby pink. I originally purchased this product in New York City when that was in 2010. So yeah, this blush is a little bit old now, but I haven't hit pan yet. I'm about halfway there, judging by the sides of it. But yeah, I've been reaching for this blush a lot this month, and I've fallen completely in love with it all over again. My next favorite is also from my Sephora order that I got in February. This is the Too Faced Natural Eyes Neutral Eyeshadow Collection. So it's the Natural Eyes palette. So it looks like this, and it comes with 9 eyeshadows inside, and they're all just pretty neutral, shimmery shades, a few matte crease colors in there. This has become so handy. It's really sturdy, so it's good for travel, and the colors are just fairly easy to work with. I think I slightly prefer the formula of the Urban Decay eyeshadows from the Naked palettes, but I do like the colors, and it was nice to kind of just change it up and use something different. There's one thing that I would recommend for this middle big shade here called Silk Teddy. This is a really pretty, I want to say like a light champagne color. And I find that this is a lot more pigmented if you spritz your brush with a makeup setting spray or Fix Plus first and then use this eyeshadow. I used it over another color on my eyelids today, and as you can see, it really brings out that metallicness. I'm really good at English, apparently. But yeah, it really makes that eyeshadow pop a lot more. Other than that, I've had a really good experience with it, and I will continue to use it. I have 2 more products here to show you. First is another thing that I bought in Calgary. One of my first MAC lipsticks, so this is really exciting to me. I've been carrying this around in my backpack literally for like all of March. I literally dug this out of my backpack to show you. This is Brave by MAC. So this is one of the 2 shades that I got. The other one that I got, Amorous, is a little bit darker, so it's a bit more of a going out lip, and I've only worn it twice. Still like it, but I haven't been reaching for it a lot just because it's a little bit darker, and I've been keeping my makeup really natural lately. So yeah, I really fell in love with the shade Brave. And the last product that I have here is another lipstick. This is from Maybelline, and this is the other one that I've been reaching for a lot in February and March. This is the shade Let Me Pink, and I think it just comes from their Pinks collection because the cap is like a raspberry pink color. So yeah, that is everything that I've been in love with for February and March, I suppose. I hope you guys enjoyed this favorites video, and if you made a favorites video and you want to share what you've really loved this month, leave that down below so I can watch it, and hopefully I'll be back with another video in a couple weeks. That's it for me. Wish me luck. Bye guys.